Hey guys, it's Tabby. I am going to do a video today on the Teen Mom 2 reunion. Not specifically the whole show, but sorry, the drama between Jeremy and Corey apparently. When it was Leah's segment and Corey came up on stage, Dr. Drew had asked him, how are you and Corey getting along? Or are you and Corey getting along? And he said, nope, really quick. And then Dr. Drew says, well, why are you all not getting along? And he tends to go on and say that, well, he just doesn't help out Leah, and Leah's always the one to take Allie to her appointments. And Corey stays behind, and I'm not sure if he stays behind because he has to watch Gracie, but why is that Jeremy's business? Then he goes on to say that Miranda, which is Corey's wife, doesn't want anything to do with the twins, which I find that hard to believe, just because a couple years ago when Leah did have some sort of problem, I think it was a drug problem or some kind of addiction. I know she had an addiction to some kind of painkillers. When she had Addie, they had put her on painkillers because of her back and things, and she got addicted to that, but she was on more than just painkillers. The doctor prescribed her a couple of different things, and she ended up getting hooked on them. And she went to some sort of center or rehab to work on herself. I think it was like for 30 to 60 days. Again, this is like a couple of years ago. And Corey and Miranda supported her in doing that. And also, the whole time Leah was gone, Corey and Miranda had the girls, had the twins. So I don't know why I don't know why Jeremy is saying that Miranda doesn't want anything to do with the twins. Just because they choose to be off camera and not share their personal life does not mean anything. I mean, respect their privacy for one. Obviously they're doing well and doing good in their relationship and their lives, because they don't need the extra income from Teen Mom, the Teen Mom show, to be on camera and expose their life in every situation of every way like they do the other castmates. But Corey's got a steady job. Miranda takes care of the twins when they have her and her little girl. So, I mean, they're doing fine. Just like I said, just because they're not on camera anymore doesn't mean that they're bad parents. You know, it's kind of funny and kind of a two-way thing here, because Jeremy is always working. He's always away at work, which I'm not saying anything about that like it's a bad thing. Go get yours. Go get your money. Support your daughter. Support yourself. But there's been many times on the show where you hear Addie over the years saying, I miss my daddy, I want my daddy, I haven't seen him in months. There's a couple of times I think he went 6 months even at a time without seeing Addie. But then, you know, nobody would have said anything about that. I wouldn't even have said anything about that if he didn't go after Corey about what? He didn't go to a doctor's appointment or two, because I know he has been to the doctor's appointments with Allie before. I don't know. I just don't think it was Jeremy's place to call out Corey. And Corey has, you know, responded on Twitter, but it's been recently deleted by him. He kind of went off, and I really don't blame him. He was talking about, you know, it wasn't like this was a big shock. He didn't understand why it came out like that. Like, it came out of left field for Jeremy to just say that and go off the deep end and just say that about Corey. Like, he wasn't expecting that. He wasn't expecting that at all. And then he wrote, you know, MTV didn't even give him a chance to respond or Skype him in because of the time, there wasn't enough time or something. And he was upset about that because he didn't get to tell his part of the story. It was just Jeremy bashing Corey, and it was one-sided, like, no Corey. He also goes on, this is Corey, he also goes on to say that, on Twitter, that Miranda loves the twins, that Miranda's been in their life since they were 2 years old, and she's taking care of them, and she loves them, and she's always there for them, and she's the rock of their family. And just because they choose not to be on camera does not mean anything. Then he goes on to say that he will be on the next reunion. And I can't wait for it, because that's only fair. That's only fair that he gets to tell his side of the story. It's not fair that he does not. It's not fair that Jeremy calls him out. And it's just absurd to me. I noticed Leah didn't have too much to say about the situation. She was kind of looking off like, oh, Jeremy, shut up. Like, don't say anything. So I'm thinking what had happened for Jeremy to even know this kind of information, or why it's bothering him, is because him and Leah do get along, Jeremy and Leah, and they talk on the phone, they talk in person. I'm thinking Leah may have brought stuff up to Jeremy in conversation about how she feels, and that's where Jeremy's basing it off of, is how Leah feels, and it's probably a private conversation between the two, and she's venting to him, and then he calls that shit out all over TV. So I think that's why Leah was kind of like, oh my God, like, hush. So I see probably that there's going to be problems in the next, the show when it comes back. There's probably going to be a little bit of drama with the Leah situation, and Corey. And maybe Corey will come back to the show, for the next season to kind of put in perspective of his life and Miranda's life. And I think, he shouldn't have to come out if he doesn't want to. He shouldn't have to do this. But if he does, more power to him. It just sucks that he gets called out. I would hate that life. Like, I would hate to live that kind of life where you can't just co-parent with the other person, and even if you're not getting along in private, and then maybe you don't know what the issue is, and then you find out on TV after millions and millions of viewers find out, and then there you are, exposed to everyone. I mean, gosh. And I've always been a big Corey and Miranda fan anyway. Like, I really have. I like them. I think they're very grounded people, and they, I know Corey works really well, and he's always had a good job and stuff. So, with that being said, I'm going to get off here. And I just want to know your thoughts and opinions about this, because that's definitely my thoughts and opinions. Maybe you all see something different, or maybe you see Jeremy's side and not so much of Corey's. Just let me know. I'd like to hear other opinions. But get back to me, guys. And please subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Bye.